r/ask Reddit. Twins of Reddit. In what ways did you take advantage of having a twin? I'm not a twin but have identical twins. One year, one of them got tired during a shopping trip for school clothes. She said to her sister, "Try this on. I want to see how it looks on me." Actually just did this wedding dress shopping. I was stuck between two and made my twin try one on while I had the other on. It was very helpful. My dad is friends with identical twins and he told me this funny story. He was with them at an open house for their aero club. My dad and the two twins are all pilots and were supporting the event. Someone was really curious and asked the twins if there was any truth to the stories about twin telepathy, where twins have some sort of psychic connection. They were both quiet for a few moments and it started to get uncomfortable. The man looked a little embarrassed and said something along the lines that he was just curious and it was a silly question. One of the twins looked him in the eyes and said, "Oh, it's not a problem. We were just discussing how we were going to answer." There was a moment of confusion on the man's face and the twins busted out laughing, saying they had been waiting for an opportunity to try that joke out. Ooh, that's funny. We've been asked that as well. At an aero club too, lol. But we didn't give such a clever answer as your dad's friends did. D. I have a twin brother but we never did a switcheroo or anything. It's probably much more mundane than people think. To me he's just my brother. One great thing though is I don't have to try to remember the names of random acquaintances because no one remembers which one I am. I've never wanted to be a twin more. I forget names at the drop of a hat. I was good friends with identical twins in college. My favorite story with them was one night at the bar. One of them was hooking up with a girl and walked away to either go to the bathroom or get a drink or something. At that very moment, his brother showed up and walked into the bar, and the girl just grabbed him and started kissing him. The look of shock happiness on his face was hilarious. I know of a pair of twins, and when they were younger they developed their own way of speaking, not with different words and phrases, but they meshed their words in such a way that they are difficult to understand. They have a sibling who's able to understand most of what they're saying, but is not fluent, so to speak. Around other people their words don't mesh, but around each other they revert back to their speech patterns. I'm a twin. If you're reading this, twin brother, hi. Inside jokes. My twin brother and I have so many inside jokes even now at 30 years old, and the best part is our minds work alike that we only have to say one or two words and the other one is busting up laughing. Our other brothers and each of our wives look at us like we're nuts, but most people don't get it. There's a connection there that normal siblings just can't have. He was my first roommate after all. Downside is some people fetishize it. I had my ex-boyfriend beg for a threesome with my twin, which was gross and weird. He offered to buy both of $600 designer bracelets if we did it. Sharing birthday gifts can suck as well. Do you cry if she cries in another state? Do you ever forget which twin you are? I want to see you all fight. If I stab her, will you feel her pain? Which is the smart twin and which one is the dumb twin? Advantage is always having someone to go somewhere with, whether it be a party, lunch, shopping, wherever. I once got, do you ever wake up and not remember which one you are? Sure. Every morning our brains reset and we have to decide who is who and sort through whose memories are whose. My brothers are twins and the only thing I remember them talking about that they took advantage of is one twin would take spankings for the other twin. One of my brothers is a Marine, who's always been pretty tough, I guess you'd say, and the other brother is a very feminine guy who gets very emotional and won't take a punishment easily. He's gay, although I am not saying it's because he's gay that he's like that, it's just who he is. So basically, the first brother told me when we were kids he would always take spankings for his brother because getting spanked only hurt for a second and didn't really bother him, and it would save our weaker brother from having to endure something that would seriously affect him. I'm impressed at the compassion and awareness of that twin at such an early age. Twice the clothes. Oh yes, also being able to choose two colors of the same clothes you like. It's hard to talk about taking advantage of being a twin because there aren't really opportunities to do that. I guess people think of the movies where you do pranks and trick people into thinking there is just one of you or something, but real life isn't really like that, since even identical twins always look distinguishable to people who know them. One cool thing about having a twin is you are in the same classes together, so if you are the irresponsible one and don't remember what the homework is, your twin probably remembers. Also, you can have a wider friend group. But that's all I can think of really. I always thought if I had a twin, he could study something different than me and we both officially get 2 degrees, because we can take the exams for one another. Friends did something similar, not up to getting the degree. One is in engineering, the other one in finance. The engineering program had some accounting classes and similar. The finance program but basic calculus. So they'd switch. Twin here. This question's answers vary vastly based on if they're identical or fraternal. My twin brother and I are fraternal, so the main advantage was always having something to do with someone. We are very different personally, so it was more akin to a lifelong best friend than having a copy of myself walking around. My twin and I are fraternal. 2. This is a great way to look at it. My twin and I are so different that I'm often frustrated by it. Nothing shows how rare twins are like this post does. LOL. Yeah, I've been watching this and upvoted for visibility. Literally nothing. Not me, but my brothers. Not identical, but pretty close. Names changed to protect the guilty when they were young, 16 or 17. Bob was out driving and got pulled over for speeding. He only had a couple points left on his license, so he said he forgot his license at home and gave the cop Jack's name. Cop goes, pulls up the record, gives Jack his ticket and off they go. Being a good bro, Bob told Jack, and of course paid the ticket. Warned him he better be careful because now he only has a couple points left on his license too. Funniest part of the story, Bob is now a police officer. I make absolutely every mundane task into a 2-man job if I can. No matter how easy it would be to do on my own. If I can rope my brother in, I do. Grocery shopping, dishes, mowing, cleaning, no matter the job. I ask that he pitches in or makes me pitch in if he started the job. I always include him with my friends and social obligations when possible. Same goes for him with me. I always include him in every co-op game when possible. We try to tackle every game together. I always seek his input on writing, on jokes, relationships, work, musical discoveries. The cumulative effect is, absolutely everything is easier. I always have someone in my corner. Someone who cares. My best friend is always there for me and he brightens up every moment of my life. I could not ask for anything more. Love you, Jim. I don't have a twin, but one time in elementary school these twins swapped classes for a day and no one noticed until they told the teachers. Taught a set of triplets, 2 of which were identical. One was a jerk, literally stole a kid's money in front of his friends and walked off to buy ice cream with it. When caught out, he tried to claim his parents gave it to him when both his brothers denied getting any ice cream money. The other identical was as sweet as could be. Very sensitive and always wanted to help. Nice triplet always got yelled at until someone figured out they got the wrong one. Poor kid always ended up crying over it, while his triplet shrugged and went off to go break rules in whatever area he hadn't been kicked out of. I have a twin. I'm a woman, and he's a man. And by far the most common question I get if I tell someone I have a twin brother is, are you identical? So, I'd say the greatest advantage is alerting me to people who don't think before they speak. No really, now that we're adults, we are more like close siblings than anything, and we both led lives in different professions and different states. But when we were kids, I would say the biggest advantage to having a twin is always having a friend and not being alone when the world is scary to a little kid. When I see friends posting pictures of little X's first day of preschool, my reaction is always, oh my god, you're sending that 3-year-old into the world alone. And then I remember most of you poor sods had to do it all alone, even when it was scary. And it was so nice that we always knew we had a friend. We actually opted to be together in classes until 3rd grade despite protests from the school, after which we tried different classes, and from 6th grade we were in different schools altogether, so not like we were joined at the hip for life, just for those formative years. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.